Hi everyone, Jeffy here, and welcome back to Around the World in Many Days. This is a puzzle that everyone's been waiting for, maybe not in the sense of that it's supposed to be good, but in the sense that it's taken forever to get out. And here it is now. So it's episode 44, and it's titled Escape from a Grand Canyon. This time we're looking at a sort of escape room puzzle. If you don't know what that is, escape rooms are like um, events that you can do as a group of people where you are locked in a room and you have to solve some puzzles to get out. And this is my attempt to do that. So this was requested in chat, as was one of the early ones, which was the multiple symmetry thing. But this is now the entire preamble is basically the description of the multiple sub puzzles. So let's dive in and see what kind of stuff we have to figure out here. So, as always, dear puzzling, can you help me out here? I am trapped in a small room that's locked from the outside. There is a keypad next to the door, but I don't know the combination. And then we have a picture of a keypad with colored keys with numbers and letters and some kinds of symbols. We will need to figure out what to do with that one. There is some kind of instruction sheet taped next to it, but the text looks like gibberish to me. And then it says some weird words there that I'm not going to try to pronounce. I'll try to explain what I see around me so you can help me out. There are two pictures on one wall, and then we have pictures, sort of black and white pictures here. There's a table in one corner with what looks like a card game going on. I tried to pick up the cards to inspect them, but they seem to be permanently glued to the table. And here we have a picture of an entire setup for a card game. And then there's another picture on the other wall. And there's a bookshelf with 9 books on the wall. Again, can't pick up the books as they are glued in place. And then we have 9 books there with the surname of the author and the title of the book. One more picture on the opposite wall. Here we have an actual photograph in color this time, and one wall is just covered in these strange characters. And then we have some sort of characters in a sort of rectangular arrangement. And finally, a couple of more pictures on the walls. I have no idea what any of this means. Help. Just kidding. Of course, I haven't actually been trapped inside for the whole day. In fact, you can be sure that I have got plenty of fresh air. Today, I have taken a tour of a national park surrounding a massive canyon. Using the clues surrounding a massive canyon. Yeah, using the clues I've given you, can you guess where I am? Love, Gladys. Okay, so a lot going on. So we have these pictures, we have whatever this is, and we have these books, and we also have this card game. So a lot of sort of opportunities where you can start, and this can sort of be solved in whatever order. But should we maybe start at the top? Well, we can't start at the top because this keypad is going to give us the final answer. We don't know what we need exactly, whether we need numbers or letters or colors, which we all have here. But let's start with the instruction sheet next to the keypad. That should tell us what we're looking for here. So, and I'm going to try to read this out loud now. Apologies in advance. So this set says, Elwatway Egypt's Day Intfei Edrei AK Entei Ublei EK Eloye EK Enthei Ingray EK. Now, what on earth is that? And this is actually should be pretty well known way to sort of mask what you're trying to say. It's called Pig Latin, and the idea is you take a word, a regular word, let's just say the word 12 here, and you move the sort of consonants at the front, you move it to the end, and you add a. another way to do it is to say 12A and then spoonerize that. Just switch the consonants to the other word. So 12A would be Elftway, and then just write that as one word. So that's Pig Latin. So if we decipher that, we ignore the A's and we read this part first and then all the rest. We get 12 digits. Find red key. So in case that's not clear, so let's just show that as with this find red key. So we ignore the A's at the end and then move the consonant to the beginning. So this F would be at the start. Obviously, it would be the same answer if this was DF, but obviously no word starts with DF. So we know it's going to be just the F, and the R here again could be dre, but here it's just the R moved to the front, and the K moved to the front, and we get find red key. So 12 digits, find red key, and then we have then blue key, yellow key, then green key. So that is going to be our instruction on how to get the final answer. So we need to find a red key of some sort. We need to find a blue key, a yellow key, and a green key. And all of that should give us 12 digits. And we need to insert digits then. Digits are going to be our sort of way to get out. Way to get out. So we need a 12-digit code here. We don't know. So we know we're going to need these digits. And now we only have 4 colors. So that's not going to be, it's not going to be as simple as red key being this key here of the keypad, because we need 12 digits. So it's going to be a question of finding keys in all the sub puzzles that we have. So let's look down then. This was the instruction. Let's look down and see what actual things to solve we have here. Now here we have these pictures on the walls, and here we have 2, and then there were 6 in total. I think these 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So these were sort of the pictures on the wall, and then this was on the table, and then one wall was completely full of this, and this was the bookshelf. So 6 were sort of pictures on walls. So maybe we can look at those first. And now, obviously, we can use our massive brains and the knowledge we have there and know immediately what any of these pictures are. If we don't happen to know it, we can use a tool, an online tool. And I've mentioned this before, that you can use an online image search tool to find out what the picture is you are looking at, what that is a picture of. And we haven't shown that yet. I've always kind of said that you can do that, but we're not going to do that here. We're not going to spend time on that. Well, now we are going to use one such tool, and the one we're going to use is Google Images. So we are, let's see what window I have it in. Okay, here we are. So images.google.com, that's the one we're going to use. It's not the only one available, but it's the one we're going to be using this time around. So we click on this lens thing, we can search by image, and we can just drag this image into the search box to see what we're looking for here. So we need to find out, first of all, we need to find out what these pictures are showing. Bearded guy and a guy shouting. So let's see what we get from the image search here. So this guy is Victor Hugo, French writer. So that's going to be important for figuring out the answer to this sub puzzle. So we're looking at for one of the 6 pictures is of Victor Hugo, and the other one is now this is not. You have to be a little careful here. This is not a picture of Georges Seurat, which is the answer we get here immediately, but this is a picture by a French artist, Georges Seurat, and this picture's name is, here we have it, Echo. Echo bathers at, I'm going to say, Agnières. So this is a painting, and its title is this, Echo bathers at Agnières. So that's going to be important too. Now, let's look at all the other pictures as well and see if there are any commonalities we can use here. So these were the two. And note we also have these, which is easy to miss, we have these symbols in the picture. So here we have some kind of symbol, and here we have three of them. So that's going to be important as well. But let's first just look up each of these pictures. So I think I can go back now. And here we have two people dancing on the street. And if we look that up, this one we might not need, but it is a picture of tango dancing. So Argentinian tango is what is being pictured here. And we don't need the names of these people or the place. We need the fact that it is tango here. So that was picture 3. Now let's scroll down. Well, now this one we might need help with. There is a flag which looks like the Canadian one, but is not. So obviously you wouldn't see these palm trees in Canada anyway. But I'm sure someone will correct me on that as well. But let's see. So we search this image now, and that should give us where we are. And we are in the main square of Lima in Peru, and the Peruvian flag, obviously. White, red, white, red as well, much like the Canadian one. So this is a picture of Lima, and we have two more images. Now this one, probably the most recognizable of these. I'm not sure how many people recognized Victor Hugo without looking up the photo, but this one should be recognizable. This is Charlie Chaplin. Of the old Hollywood star, basically. And so Charlie Chaplin, and here we have a picture of a guy leaning on the wall. And this one, if we look that up, we get that it is, here we are, Romeo. So Shakespeare character Romeo, and a bunch of links to pages about that character. So we have Victor Hugo, we have Echo, we have Charlie Chaplin, tango dancing, we have the main square of Lima, and we have Romeo. Now, there's something in common with this, and this has come up before, I think, several times, especially in the cryptic crossword puzzles. But these are all depictions of the international radio alphabet code words. So each letter has its own sort of code word. So C is Charlie, R is Romeo, and so forth. So let's write down what we have here. So here, where's my notepad now? So here we have Charlie, and that is that picture has this symbol here, and this symbol is the Greek letter alpha. So we're going to need this one as well. Obviously, this is not a coincidence that they all have Greek symbols. There's a zeta over there. So Charlie and alpha. Then we have Romeo and zeta. And then we had this Lima picture, which does that have a Greek letter? And it does, beta over here. So Lima as a beta. And then we had this tango, and now we need to find a Greek letter in this picture as well. And here we have it, an eta in the right middle. Eta, and then we need two more. So here we had Victor, and that picture has a delta here. And now this Echo one, Echo obviously the letter E, and this has three different symbols. So we're going to have epsilon and theta and gamma. Now, what do these Greek letters then mean? Now, Greek letters, like English letters, have an alphabetic order, and these are all letters starting from the beginning. So alpha is the first, beta is the second, gamma is the third, and so forth. So these look like they might be indicating an order of some sort. And for that order, we need to separate these echoes into 3 different rows, and I'm going to do that now. So we have echo actually 3 times, even though it's just the one picture. We're going to use that in 3 different spots to make up the ordering, so that we can separate these onto different rows. And now just to see if I can remember the correct order of this. So alpha, beta, gamma is the third one, then delta, and then we have epsilon, and then zeta, eta, theta, I think. And I know that's correct because I can see what these spell. So Charlie is the letter C, Lima is the letter L, and so forth. So if we look at these first letters of these, or what these code words stand for, what letters they stand for, that spells out us this word. And there's the word clever, and then 2 extra letters here. But we can divide this not like this, which looks like it might be that, but it actually is divided like this. So it's clevert, which is the French word for the green key. So we have the green key spelled out here. So these pictures actually form the green key, and that is shown in French here. And why is that French? We will find out why that is the case. So that is the first sub puzzle. We don't know what to do with this green key yet, how to use that, but we know that these pictures form the green key that we need for the final answer. Okay, so what about all the other things? So we started with this, and let's go down and see what we haven't solved it. So this was a separate thing, this game of cards on the table. So we should probably look at this next. Should I keep these? I think I'll remove this, but keep the green key here in case we need it. So what do we do with this? Should I open that on a bigger window? Let's see. Yeah, here we are. So here we are. Yeah, just trying to make it so that we can see all these letters. So we have cards. What looks like 4 players, and then we have 1 card in the middle, and then we have a directional arrow here. So it looks like whatever game is going on here, this player is going to start, and the direction of play is going to be this way. And these are should be pretty recognizable as Uno cards, which is very, very sort of popular card game. And so we have to know the rules of Uno now. And those are pretty simple. So Uno is played so that whatever is in the middle, when it's your turn, you can match it by number or you can match it by color. And then you have some special cards here, like this skip means just the next player loses their turn. Then we have a reverse card, which reverses the order of play. And then we have these draw cards, which make the next player skip their turn and have to draw some extra cards into their hand. And those are all the relevant rules that we need. So if we follow the sort of gameplay from this moment forwards, we can use these letters. Each card has a letter here, which are obviously not part of standard Uno cards. These are just added for this puzzle. So if we follow correct gameplay from this moment, we should be able to use these letters to spell out something. So let's see. So it's this player's turn. The only card that we have that matches this 3 is this 3 of green 3 here. So we can how should I notate this? do I just take the letter? Because we also have to keep track of what we have played already. But I'm going to try to keep track of that. So we are playing this 3 here, and I'm going to write up C here. I'm not sure why I wrote those D's, but yeah, okay. So C here. So green 3 goes here, and now this player has to match the green 3. Now the only card that they have in their hand that matches a green 3 is this green 7 here. They don't have any 3s in their hand. So this H is going in there. Going to keep track of that. So H goes in. So green 7 is now here. Now we have to find a card matching a green 7 in this player's hand, and that's this blue 7, which is an E. And blue 7 then goes here, and we have to match blue 7 here. Now the only card that matches a blue 7 is this blue reverse card. So I goes in, and order of play then reverses. So it's this player's turn now. And this 7 has been played already. We have to remember that. So now we have these 4 cards, and this red reverse card is the only one that matches a blue reverse card here. So E from this one, and now the direction of play changes again. So it goes this way now, back to this player who has played this blue reverse card already. So if we are going to match this red reverse card, we don't have this anymore. So the only card that matches is this red skip. So that's an R here. I'm going to write down R. This player's turn is skipped because of this skip card, and it goes up here. And this player has played this green 7 now, has 2 cards. One of them, this one is the only one that matches, this red 2. So they have to play that. That's an O. And in correct Uno game, you have to yell out Uno when you have just 1 card in your hand, which this player now does. And now this player who is next to play has to match this red 2. And they have played this and this already. So this yellow 2 is the only matching card remaining. So we take the S from that one. Then this player's turn now, and they have played this blue reverse card and this red skip. So they have to match a yellow 2. So that's yellow draw 2 is the only remaining card that works here. So they're going to be playing this, and we can write down I from this one. Now this player loses their turn and draws 2, and we obviously don't know what those two cards are going to be from the deck, but that doesn't matter because this player loses their turn, and now this player only has a yellow 4 remaining, and that matches a yellow draw 2. So this player can play this their last card, and the game ends. And we can write down this final E from their hand. So that is the full game of Uno played out until a winner is found, and we have all these letters that we find from that game. And now if we divide this again into 2 words, and this was there were some options of going wrong here, but here is the correct way to do it. So this is, and I'm sorry again for the pronunciation, it's K Roche. It is the red key in the language of Romanian. So this is the Romanian term for red key, and that is going to be part of our final answer. So we found the green key and the red key. We have 2 keys to find, which are the blue one and the yellow one. So let's close this one, and let's see what we haven't looked at yet. This Tango we used, we haven't looked at these books. Now we are going to need to look up what these books are. So we are going to should we do that first or look at this one first? Maybe look at this one first, because I just noticed I have a tab open there for this one. So let's look at this one. Look at this one first. The order doesn't matter. But yeah, let's look at this one first. So there's a wall that's covered in these sort of characters, and there are a number of different ones, in fact 26, but I'm not sure every letter is actually in there. But this is the Pigpen cipher. Now, if you don't know what Pigpen, the Pigpen, how is that word the hardest one this time? Pigpen, the Pigpen cipher is a way to depict the letters A to Z in a sort of graphic, basically just replacement letters for the letters A to Z, and they're formed in sort of systematic way in that it's very easy to reproduce. I'm going to open up Wikipedia and show you how they're made. We're not going to be translating this like letter by letter, this entire thing. There are 100 letters there. I'm just going to show you a couple, and then we'll look at the finished board there. So so here we are. This is the Pigpen cipher. So we draw these lines, sort of tic-tac-toe structure, and we write the letters in order there. First without any additions, and then once with these dots. And another thing we do make a cross and then write the rest of the letters like this, and then with the dots again. And this, which is very easy to remember, sort of only a couple of lines and then write out the letters in order. This gives us a different shape for every letter. So E would be a full box here, which we do have. Oh, that's not it. Which we have somewhere, I think. Like this would be an E, or this starting letter would be an E. And then a W would be this V shape with a dot, which we have somewhere here, for example. This V shape with a dot. And these are all different shapes. So any lines that touch this letter are going to form the character for that letter. So I would be a line here and a line here. I think we have, yeah, there's an I here. And if we have this ciphertext, we can just look up those letters. So for example, this this box with four sides, it's going to be somewhere here, and it's going to be in the middle. So that's going to be E. This is going to be E, and then this with the dot is going to be the sort of south side of this here, dotted sort of inverse V shape here, and so that's going to be a Z. So EEZ. Then we have a box here with a dot, so we can look at this dotted version of the sort of tic-tac-toe grid, and in the middle we have the one with 4 walls. That's the only one with 4 walls with dot, so that's an N. So EEZN, and let's look up this one, and then we can maybe look at the solution. So this is just the underside and then the right side field. So if we look at which one of those these it is, it's going to be the underside and the right side. The A is going to be this letter here, and it can't be this one because it doesn't have the dot. So that's the A. So this starts EEZ, what was it, N and A. And now we're not going to look up all of these letters from the table, but it should be relatively relatively straightforward to do so, to fill out a sort of 10 by 10 grid with these letters. And I'm going to show you the result now. So this is what we get when we decipher the whole wall, basically. And we have to do something with these letters now. And maybe the fact that I have it open in Pemba is some indication at what we should be looking at. But we can look at whether we recognize something here first. Like a lot of it looks gibberish, like is, nap, meek, but there are some words that are actual words. Like the word cougar is pretty visible here, right? So so this is, and it's not indicated anywhere. We have to figure it out. figure out what this is, but this is a word search. So pretty simple. We have to find words here of a certain category that we don't know, find words that exist in this grid, and then do something with those. So let's try that. So we have cougar. That's maybe the easiest one to find. You can just read these as normal words, and you can find the word cougar here. Is that the good color? I think it's fine. I think it's fine. We can use black here. Now let's look at what else we have. So that, like I said, looks like nonsense, but if you start from this end, this actually spells out chimpanzee here. Chimpanzee. So chimpanzee at the top row, and right below it we have, starting with the C again, Copperhead, copperhead. Now we found 3 words. Can we already see the connection here? These are all animals, animal words, names of different species of animals, and they all start with the letter C. So we can find some more here, and they are all going to start with the letter C. So let's see. Starting with this C, going this way, we have Caribou, caribou, which is a type of deer, I think. So that's an animal, and that starts with a C. Then we have, what's the next C? Here we are. Here we are chicken, just going down, chicken. That's an animal starting with a C. And that's the next C. Let's see. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. What about this one? Here we are crocodile. Crocodile, again, an animal, again starting with a C. And a similar one we have in this direction, so Caiman, caiman, which is sort of a similar animal here, also starting with a C. And let's see, this C, camel, we have camel here in this direction. We have Cheetah, we have cheetah in this direction. What about this C? Have we looked at that? This was an I, by the way. It doesn't show because of the line here, but it's not missing. I don't see anything from here. Let's see. Where are there's the coyote. So there's the next C, and coyote is here. Anything in this direction? In this direction we have cobra. Cobra. What about this C here? We have Crow. We have crow, which is a bird. Then in this direction we have Coati, coati, which is a rodent, South American rodent, coati. What else do we have here? There should be some more. Let's just see. How about from starting with this C all the way down, we have Cock, which would be an animal, cock, starting with C, but it's actually cockatoo all the way here. The ATOO belongs there as well. And then we have, starting with this C, which means we have CHAMELEON. So chameleon is here. Now, is that all of them? I'm going to say yes. Yeah, looks like it is. And now, once and you might have noticed I haven't written down the animals that we found. It's not important. But I mean, solving this without knowing whether it's important, obviously you would be writing them down, right? But here, the animals themselves are not important. The important thing is that some letters are now left sort of unused here in the grid. And if we mark those letters, so we have this I here, these 5 in the sort of middle here, we have these 2, we have an O here, and we have an E here. Is that it? That's not it. There's one more, which is here. Okay, so that spells out this monstrosity, which you will hear me try to pronounce, and I again apologize. So we have to split this again, and this time the split is there, and it's I'm gonna say HR Bui, which is um, Irish for the yellow key. So this was an Irish term for the yellow key, and we have one more key to find, so which is going to be the blue key. So let's. I'm going to close this. We're not going to need that anymore. Gonna do I close this? No, I'm gonna keep Wikipedia actually open because I want to look up other stuff. Just have a search bar here. Okay, so I'm going to keep that open because let's scroll back now for the books. So we have. Can I open this in a larger size? Yes, I can. So we have Claire, City of Bones, Dasher, The Kill Order, Riordan, The Sea Monsters, Paulini, Eldest, Vaughn, Kitty and the Midnight Hour, Maya, Breaking Dawn, Gabaldon, Voyager, Collins, Mockingjay, and Pullman, The Subtle Knife. These are all actual book titles that exist. And if you remember, and I mean, you don't have to remember, I can just show you. It said in the description that these are all glued in place. So that's important. And now you might think, why is that going to be important? That's going to indicate to us if you're in a sort of escape room and you have a bookshelf where you can take out the books and look at them. That's going to mean that the order of the books is not important, but because you might take them out and put them back in a different order or um, yeah, and like here, if the order of the books matters, it's going to be made sure that order stays the same, that you're not going to mess with the puzzle in such a way that you can't solve it anymore. So we're going to have to take these books in this order. Now, what's the commonality then with all these books? So let's look up the City of Bones. What is that? City of Bones, several novels, but we need the one by Claire, Cassandra Clare, I think. Yeah. So this is the first book in the Mortal Instruments series, and this was from 2007. Okay, and let's look up the kill order then. What do we have? The Kill Order is a novel by James Dashner, and that is the first prequel book in the Maze Runner series and the fourth installment overall. And we can open up all these books, look up all the uh, all that we can to find out what the commonality is. But I can just reveal that. So these are all going to be books that are one part of a series. So that's going to be important, and I'm going to write down this. So how do I do this? Do I write these down, or I think I write them down. So City of Bones, and so we're going to need the sort of ordinal number of the book in that series. So the City of Bones was number 1, the first book. The Kill Order was the fourth book of the series. So we're going to need to write down the ordinal number of each book. So let's see. So the Sea Monsters. I'm going to close this and look this up here. So the Sea Monsters. We need. Well, that's a print by Albrecht Dürer, so that's not it. Let's look at Rick Riordan. Maybe we can find it that way. Apparently it's Riordan. Again, sorry for my pronunciation, but I'm sure even in this video it's not the first one. Here we have Percy Jackson and the Olympians. So did I just write that wrong? No, it is the Sea of Monsters. I just wrote it down wrong here. The Sea of Monsters. Sorry about that. I could have found that with the search bar if I could just written that down correctly. But that is the second installment in the Percy Jackson series. Then we need, what's the next one? Paulini Eldest. So Eldest is obviously going to be a disambiguation page. Let's see. Is it novel or book or something like that? How about book? No, let's just look up Eldest. What we have. It's going to be a huge page. No, it's just Eldest actually. Wow, is that the only thing called Eldest in Wikipedia? That's crazy. So it's the second novel in the Inheritance Cycle by Christopher Paolini. So this is the second. Then we have Vaughan's Kitty and the Midnight Hour. So that's going to be a book in the Kitty Novel series. And that's the first book. Do we have a list of the books? No, I guess it's just, they're all just separately here, but this is the first book of that series. So Vaughan almost wrote novel there, and that would have given us the wrong answer. Kitty and the Midnight Hour, number 1. Then we need Maya's Breaking Dawn. That's a pretty famous one. So that's the 4th novel. It said that in the description here. So fourth novel of the Twilight Saga. So here we are. So Maya. Please don't tell me it's Maya. I think it's Maya. So Breaking Dawn, and that is the 4th one now. Then we need Gabaldon's Voyager. Now Voyager surely has multiple meanings. Still surprised about Eldest, but Voyager, maybe book. No, novel. Voyager novel. Here we are, Gabaldon, Diana Gabaldon. So that is the 3rd book now. And what else do we have? Collins is Mockingjay. Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. That's going to be in the Hunger Games series. And that is the... How many is that? It's just the last installment. Don't say that. I think it's the 4th, isn't it? Let's just look up the Hunger Games then. So novels. So Hunger Games is the number 1. Catching Fire. Mockingjay is number 3. So number 3 actually. Okay. And was that the last one? No, we have Pullman's The Subtle Knife. So The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman, and that is in the His Dark Materials trilogy, and that is the 2nd book in that one. So Pullman, The Subtle Knife. What did I say? It's the 2nd book. Okay. So here we have a number indicated by the book title, basically. Now, if we index now these numbers into the names of the writers, and note we only have one word for a one word for each writer, one name. So we're going to be needing this exact string of letters and taking its nth letter, basically. So if we take the first letter in Claire, we get C. The 4th in Dashna, we get this H here. The 2nd in Now I'm going to say, right, Riordan, right? Riordan. So the second in that one is I. Then we have the second in Paulini, so that's A. The first in Vaughan, that's just a V here. The fourth in Maya, so that's E. Third letter in Gabaldon, so that's the B here. Third letter in Collins, a fourth would have worked as well, so L either way. And then here we have the second of Pullman, so U here. So all of that gives us a string of letters that looks like this. And if we split it up correctly, we have Chiave Blu, which is Italian for the blue key, which was exactly what we were looking for. So we have all the 4 keys now. We have the red, yellow, green, and blue key. And what the hint said, we have to be careful about the order here. So we need to find the red key first, which was this one. So I'm going to put this in the right order. Red key, then blue key, then yellow key, and then green. So yellow was this one, and this is the green key. The one that we found first is going to be the last one. Now, what are we going to do with these? Now let's go back to the keypad here. How are we going to find the digits that we need? 12. We need 12 digits. Now, how are we going to get those? Now we need 12, so that means on average each of these keys should give us 3 digits. Now, and these were, if we write down the languages as well, because that's going to be important. Why else would you write these in different languages if the language itself was not important? So this one was Romanian, this one was Italian, this one was Irish, and this one was French. Now, what do those 4 have in common that we can use here? And each of those does give us something we can use. So we get 3 colors for each of these answers. And the thing to look at is the flag of the country represented by this. So the Romanian flag, the Italian flag, the Irish flag, and the French flag. Now, what do those flags look like? They are all a sort of vertical tricolors. So the Romanian flag has, and maybe we should just look those up because it's better to see exactly what they look like, right? So the Romanian flag is like this. It's blue, yellow, and red. Now those colors give us 3 digits, blue, yellow, and red. So in fact here we have blue would be 5, yellow would be 3, and 1 would be red. So this would give us these 3 digits. And all of these flags are going to give us 3 digits. So the Italian flag, for those who don't recognize it, and I mean, even I would probably mirror it half the time, but I do recognize the Italian flag when I see it. But if I had to draw it, I might draw it like blue, the red here and green here. Not sure. So the Italian flag is green, white, red is the correct order. So I close that. Green, which is 4, white, which is 7, and red, which is 1. And now the next one is the Irish flag, flag of Ireland. Why is Ireland such a hard word? A flag of Ireland. Ireland. I can do it. I can. So Ireland is green, white, and orange. So we have green again 4 here. White, what did I say? Green, white, orange, right? So 7 is white, and orange now is 2. And then we have the French flag. Also should be recognizable. Iconic even. So blue, white, red. So we need blue here, which is 5, white, which is 7, and red, which is 1. If we put all this together, we get 5, 3, 1, 4, 7, 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 7, 1. And that is our 12-digit code that we need to open the door and get out of this escape room. So obviously, that is a sort of final answer to the escape room part of this puzzle. But obviously, that is not the name of a place, and we need the name of a place, specifically a place with a famous canyon. So what do we do with this string of digits that we can find out the name of the place that Gladys is visiting? And one thing that we haven't used yet in this puzzle, that's in the picture still, are these letters. We haven't used these letters and symbols anywhere. And now if we type in this this string of digits, let's see. Sorry about that. How could we use these letters here? Now there are a couple of different ways to approach this, and you might need a bit of trial and error. First one obviously to try is to take the first letter of each digits. One also, if you're older than a certain generation, one way that you might recognize is taking, if you're clicking one time, taking this R, and if you're clicking 3 times, taking this O. That's how old phone keyboards used to work. When you had just the keypad, how you would write the sort of how you would write letters or with your keypad. But it's not that here either. Here it's just picking the first available letter, and once you've taken that letter, then you remove it. So if we read it that way, we get, so 5 now, we take the first one, this R. 3, we take this A. Why did I look at 1? I said 5 and looked at 1. Let's try again. 5 is, this is the letter, the number 5. Sorry about that. So we take the T, the first letter of on the 5. So that's T. Then the 3, we take this A here. Then from the 1, we take an R now. Then from the 4, we take this O. From the 7, we take this first one, this K. And now we're clicking 1 the second time. So here we used the R already, so we're taking this O. And these aren't lining up now. What was this? That was 1, that was 4, that was 7, and that was 1. And now we need a 4. All right, here we are. So we're clicking 4 the second time. So we used this O already, so we're taking this underscore now. Now 7, again, second time, clicking the 7. K is already used, so G here. Then number 2, we haven't used clicked number 2 yet, so this is this O. Then number 5, we use this T here, so this is going to be this R. And then number 7 the second time, so that's going to be, why do I look at this one? 7 is here. So we clicked on, no, this is third 7. So that was the K, that was the first G, and now this is the second G, this one. G here, either way. And then the 1 again third time. So we used this, so this E is going to be this one here. And that spells out our destination, which is Taroko Gorge. And yeah, that is our final answer here. And yeah, and I now realize I don't actually have the map open. We're going to look at the map next time. We don't have it on screen now. Last time we were in, where were we? In Hong Kong, and now we are in Taroko Gorge, and I can show you where Taroko Gorge is anyway. So here we are. Taroko National Park in Taiwan. So that's the one with the huge canyon, and that is Gladys's destination. this time. Now we are, as before, we are all caught up now, and the next puzzle should be live, I'm gonna say, next Saturday. So I will see you for that one, and that one will be called, I have to scroll down again. Turn Back the Clocks is going to be the name of that puzzle, and it's going to be a slithering puzzle that time. So back to sort of normal grid deduction stuff. All right, so I will see you for episode 45 next, and for this one, thanks for watching.